What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 122. I did not actually clap. I don't know if the microphone picked that up. I hope not. Let's go!
Definitely did.
100%.
We are back with a whole bunch of good stuff to talk about from this last weekend in fights. We had a one event. We had BKFC, which wasn't as good as I was hoping for, so we ain't even gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
We had UFC. We had Bellator Championship Series. We had it all. Whole lot of stuff to get into. Before we get into all of that, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's go! Okay. So, I could be all happy and hype up all the fights and just, talk all good about everything that happened.
But the number one thing we have to say is fuck ONE Championship.
Yep.
Fuck Chatri.
Yeah. There's nowhere else to start but with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, as everyone, I assume, is aware, fights that happened this Friday for ONE Championship, ONE168, was out of Denver, Colorado. The return to the U.S., looking to make it a whole big thing. Originally, it was scheduled for 3 title fights with a total of 6 champions competing on the card. Jonathan Haggerty, bantamweight Muay Thai champion, taking on Superlek, flyweight kickboxing champion. Then we were going to have Panda, strawweight MMA champ, taking on Stamp Fairtex, atomweight MMA champ. Stamp ends up pulling out, injured, all of that, lose her on the card. Cade Ruotolo, lightweight submission grappling champ, taking on Mikey, flyweight submission grappling champ. Cade happened to compete in CJI, which, congratulations to him. He went on to win $1 million from that, which is, I'm pretty sure the biggest prize that has ever been won in, jiu-jitsu ever.
It has to be.
So, absolutely.
Not mad at him at all.
Yeah, no.
Good for him.
I know, talking about it, I would just talk shit because, what ended up happening. But, for someone in jiu-jitsu, especially 21 years old, too, it's
yeah.
All of the fucking people that are legends in this sport and had to probably grapple for in competitions for 20 plus years and then own a gym and do instructionals and do all that to make $1 million from jiu-jitsu. One tournament over 2 days, $1 million in the bag. Absolutely incredible.
Yep.
But because of that, he ends up pulling, again, an injury, pulls out of his grappling match with Mikey Musumeci. Very understandable. I think it was Sunday or Monday of last week where I was looking through Tapology and I noticed that they had that canceled. Obviously, ONE's not gonna post that and make a big deal about that, and so it's oh, that's shitty. Then a day or two later,
I will say, not Mikey, Cade himself didn't announce it until September 1st.
Okay,
yes.
So 5 days. So that would be Sunday.
That would be a week ago, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so then it was probably Monday that I saw it on Tapology then. And then ONE Championship announces that Mikey is going to be defending his flyweight championship against, I forget the guy's name. This is on
Oliveira.
Yeah. This is on about 3 days' notice, where his last competition in June was at 145 pounds because he was getting ready to grapple with Cade at lightweight, which is 170 pounds for them. So a 35-pound weight difference from where he's a champion at to where he was planning on competing at. And on 3 days' notice, tries to go back down to make championship weight to defend his title. Misses weight by 7 pounds, I think
he weighed in at 142.
Yeah. So way over the limit. When I first saw it, I just saw that he missed hydration, so I was just he just missed that. But then missed hydration, 7 pounds over, unable to do a catch weight or anything, which they were trying to get done. But I don't know. I guess Mikey ended up deciding to not go through with it, and winds up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they should have done a catch weight to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah, if they wanted to keep him on the card, they should have just tried to find someone that was at a higher weight. They let out a statement saying that Mikey wanted to defend his belt, so whether that's true or not, as the promotion and just looking out for the safety of your fighters, tell your fighter no. They do not run the organization, they do not run the promotion, you do. If you want to keep him on the card and if he wants to grapple, make it a catch weight. So you know what I mean?
Because with that too, it's one of those things, I thought the whole thing with ONE is that they do hydration tests. to say that their athletes don't cut weight.
And not only that, but that's why their weight classes is up each weight class. So flyweight's 35, their low weight is 170, you know, like.
So why, even if Mikey said that he could make the weight, he would have to cut so much weight. Fucking weight to make that weight. Like that's unless he was planning to grapple Cade at like 145 pounds or something, which
there's no chance.
I highly doubt that.
Because if he was, he wouldn't have only been able to cut 3 pounds.
And then because wasn't it like when he did the open weight bout against Shinya Aoki, didn't he weigh in at like 151 or something like that? Like he was way heavier than what I thought he was. Of like, oh, he's a bigger guy than what I expected. Ain't no chance that he wasn't in the 160s. And then ends up with a tear in his lung, getting air into his chest and neck, life-threatening condition. And it was just like, for one to I get that they have to put out a statement, you know what I mean, especially to cover their own ass and everything. But it's like, to your point, even if he asks for it, why the fuck are you doing that? Why?
The statement makes them look like incompetent because they can't tell a fighter, no, we're going to have you do a catch weight. It makes them look even worse, in my opinion.
No, exactly, because it's like, even when we look at bigger guys that fight at light heavyweight, like, for them to cut 30 pounds is a lot of weight. That it is unheard of with lighter guys because it is life-threatening. It is so dangerous to cut a lot of weight like that, and it's in such short time. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I know, like, Figueiredo would cut down from, like, 55, but, like, he would be cutting down for months.
Exactly, and that's the difference between, like, cutting down your weight, losing it, and getting in shape versus sucking all of the water out of your muscles and dehydrating yourself until you're 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is the difference.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm pretty sure he would cut, like, 20-ish pounds, or more. But, like, and that's the actual weight cut, you know, not just losing weight. Like, he was...
No, I know that he was one of those guys, and, like, you hear of, like, those few people, like, even, like, Drew Dober, you know?
And you're in the middle and you know what to do, it's way different than short notice. Let me fucking go real quick.
Cutting more weight than I've ever cut in my life.
The last person I heard do this, like, on a very short notice was Masvidal for his first welterweight title shot.
Yeah.
When he did it in, like, 5 days?
Yeah. And even with that, it's like he had a suspicion that he was going to be in there, you know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah. Well, he still was cutting from, like, 190, though. Like, that's still potentially a 25-pound drop to pound, like, what he actually weighed in at.
No, I wasn't saying it to say it doesn't happen, but it just doesn't happen very often. And for people to do that, like, when they're not used to it, it is so dangerous.
Because it's even if, like, an example in my head of thinking, it's like, and obviously it's much different because, like you said, little guy compared to big guy, it would be like, while Poatan would, like, after he beat Izzy and he was the middleweight champ, instead of going to that rematch, if they were like, let's do him versus fucking, like, Tom Aspinall or whatever, you know what I mean? And then he was getting ready to fight at heavyweight, and then fight week, Tom pulls out, and he's like, no, I'll defend against Izzy at 185. I don't think the UFC is gonna put that title on the line and book for that to happen.
Hell no, because then in the end, we didn't mention this, but Mikey got stripped when he missed weight, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, why would you put this together? Because now not only did the fight fall off altogether, but one of your biggest stars just got stripped of his belt.
Yeah.
I'm very confident he'll get it back, but it's still fucked up to do that to your fighters.
And it's one of those things, too, like, you're going to push to have the title fight on this card, because, it's Mikey in a title fight, it's a bigger thing than Mikey not in a title fight. Okay, well, now his next fight, he's not the champion, and now he has to fight someone to get it. Like, you know, so you fucked that anyway for your promotion, and now you just absolutely fucked Mikey as your biggest star. It's like...
Yep.
Yeah, I felt so bad all throughout the process.
It's fucking stupid.
Because it's like, when they announced it, I immediately said that I was incredibly worried about this and that this could be dangerous for him. And then that morning, just seeing that he was in the hospital, I was like, yep. Yep.
Yeah. It definitely put a damper throughout the card, because it's like, you know, we're watching it, getting hyped for the things, and as soon as there's a lull, I just can't help but to think about all this shit going on. Even with just, like, you know, before we get into actual fights of it, they also brought DJ out to do his official MMA retirement during the broadcast. Holy fuck, that was so emotional. The chills right now. I just already think, bro, like him trying to bring up his family and his coach and everyone with him, and just starting to break down and like just can't even get the words out because he's so broken up. I was so close to just crying on like straight. It was, oh my god.
I was wiping the tears.
DJ, just what a fucking amazing career, man. To come into the UFC before there was an 125-pound division, when he was way undersized, loses to Dominic Cruz, you know, like no shame in that. They make a division for him, gets the fucking title, 11 consecutive title defenses with 7 finishes in that. Like, so many people want to talk about, like, oh, he was a boring champ during it. Bro, he literally invented a fucking new move at the end of his run because of how exciting he wanted to be. Like, just an absolute legend of the sport. Loses to Henry in a fucking split decision, so goddamn close. Goes to ONE with the trade, wins the flyweight tournament that they put him in, loses to Adriano for the belt, comes back, beats him, gets the belt, wins the trilogy. First person inducted into the ONE fucking Hall of Fame, which I thought that was a cool thing that they did. But then again, as soon as they did that, I'm just like, if they were gonna do that, I feel like they could have thrown Angela Lee into the ONE Hall of Fame when she retired and let Stamp and fight for the title and did all that. But you know, neither here.
There are a couple people who probably should have had that honor besides DJ.
Yeah, he was literally just the American star that like, you know what I mean, to like help bring in the American audience, like in terms of like what has been done in ONE and like the record of work and everything. It's like, come on, man, like that would be like if the UFC didn't have like a Hall of Fame like up to like 2016 or something like that, and then when Conor beat Eddie, they're just like, Conor, you're the first person in the Hall of Fame, like, congratulations, like, you know, it would be like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Like,
what? Yeah, no, exactly.
But either way, it's like I don't want to take it away from DJ at all. It's like he fucking deserves that. Just incredible. And to do all of that in one championship post-prime, like, amazing. And again, still up against bigger guys because he's fighting at 135, like, yeah, it was awesome. And then the last bit of shit to talk about ONE and Chatri before we go into the fights. As soon as they did that on the broadcast, they had Chatri talking and then brought in Renzo Gracie to give him his black belt, and he was crying and did a whole thing. So, that was like literally right after that. And I was like, oh yeah, not trying to add you into any sort. Oh my God, Chatri, man,
Who has a bigger ego, Chatri or Dana?
Chatri.
100%.
For sure. Me and Kay were talking about this because it's like the whole thing of ONE where it's like we are one, and like trying to like do this whole extra thing of like trying to like acting like they're different and like a family and all that, and it's like, bro, you're just as bad if not worse as all of the promoters. So it's like,
because then even down to like with him getting his black belt and crying there and stuff, like one of his things that he tries to be of how he's different is he's a part of the martial arts world. He's not just a promoter, he's a fighter himself. He's been in this world, he does this, he does that, and then continues to treat his fighters the same or worse as other promoters. And allow his fighters to do things like, yeah, sure, you can cut this much weight, or, you know what I mean? It's like, go fuck yourself, Chatri. You're just a promoter. If you would just admit it, it at least makes it better. At least you're not a liar and a narcissist on top of it. Like,
because like the other promoters I think of in MMA, it's like Scott Coker doesn't have an ego. Like, not as much of an ego as either of these two. I forget.
Dave Feldman.
Because the thing is with Dana, at least with Dana's ego is like, as much as we could talk shit about him, he still made it the biggest with MMA. You know what I mean? So he has an ego for a reason, even though it's annoying, and like I'm not trying to defend him right now. Like, but I understand where it comes from.
Because he literally came, like, he helped bring the UFC out of the mud and into what it is now. Like, I can understand his ego. He's been around for 25 fucking years or whatever it is.
Yeah, literally.
When they took over.
Big in America and everything. You know what I mean?
So,
like, he created what we have.
He earned it. Yeah. And his feels more earned than...
And even with that, he's not talking about himself like he's with the fighters.
Right.
Like, he acts like he's above the fighters. He calls every single person that fights for him a kid. You know what I mean? It's like, that is such a, like, he's above them type, like, thing with just his... But, with all that, though, the actual card that ONE put on in Denver, it was pretty damn amazing.
It was
I will have to
incredible.
give them that. Even with losing 2 of the biggest fights on the card, it was still amazing top to bottom. The main event, we just start there. Superlek taking on Jonathan Haggerty, moving up in weight, switching from kickboxing to Muay Thai. I was really rooting for Superlek. I knew he could win, but with how Jonathan Haggerty has been performing, I was definitely scared. Because watching, just like, I know Rodtang is a very different monster from Jonathan Haggerty, you know what I mean? But, like, seeing Rodtang versus Superlek and just him putting the pressure on him and Superlek kind of struggling in spots and just looking for, like, the 1-2, like, leg kick kind of getting out of there, I'm just like, I don't know if he can do that to Haggerty at all. Well, that didn't matter for anything. 49 seconds into the very first round, just Haggerty looks for a right hand, Superlek slips it, right elbow, right on the face, and he was done, man. It was one shot. He wasn't, like, completely unconscious, but, like, he went down real bad, and then you just seen him, like, holding the back of his head, just sitting there for a second, tried to get up, couldn't do it, they called it. He, like, he didn't have it.
He got up at, like, 7, but stumbled on 8.
And when they called
the
it,
ref
he
called
didn't
it.
protest it at all because he knew, like, he didn't go out 100%, but boy, he was not there.
Not even a little bit. It just...
Lights were on, but no one was home.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I don't even know really what to fucking say about it. It was just so decisive, so quick and easy. Like, Superlek said it after himself, like, he thought he was going to get a finish, but he didn't think it was going to come that fast.
Yeah.
Like,
because they fought before and, you know, everyone was calling it an early stoppage and they were unhappy with how it ended. So he was like, I knew that I could do it again, but probably really wasn't expecting that.
No.
I wonder if it's just one of those things where it's like, Haggerty moved up. Their last fight was a weight class under. I wonder if Superlek just had a bit more power, so that elbow just hit a bit harder.
For sure.
It just might also just been like, because he was coming forward as he was coming in with the elbow, forces,
it was
all
a
that.
perfect shot.
Like, it was just one of those things where sometimes you just need that one button. You hit the button one time and it's just done.
Yeah.
No matter what weight class it is.
No, exactly. It's because, Haggerty, since moving up to bantamweight, has just been doing amazing. Won the title in Muay Thai and kickboxing. Just absolutely shut down Fabricio Andrade, which I did not expect at all. And so, man, it truly impressive for Superlek to get it done like that.
My boy.
Yeah, in my head, it's just like, take his other belt.
Yes.
Like,
or Rodtang goes and takes it.
Yeah, because it's like he's the flyweight kickboxing champ. He's ranked number 1 in Muay Thai at flyweight. Rodtang's ranked number 1 in kickboxing at flyweight, so that's obviously right there. You know what I mean? Because they didn't fight for any of the titles last time. So because it was, I'm pretty sure that was just a catchweight. So they could easily run that back for any of the titles. Yeah, add Rodtang up in the mix at bantamweight. You really can't go wrong with Muay Thai and kickboxing, especially with those guys, because they're always going to put on fights. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Definitely excited to see where they go with that. The co-main event, the man who yields to no one, unyielding again, and this
was good.
I felt so bad for Liam Harrison in this one. Every single time Sexton just threw a bomb on him, it was just flooring him to the mat so viciously. Oh my goodness, yeah. Second round finish for Sexton. Last one, it was kind of like on the back of the head where it hit, because he was just throwing wild overhand right as Liam was just kind of turning away and blasted him face first. Ref called it. It's like, there was no more.
No. Because, he just does what he does. He moves forward, puts a barrage of punches on him. Liam couldn't hang with it.
No.
Yeah, like you said, just kept getting floored to the ground. And then the last one, he was just turning away. And it was like a punch just pushed forward down it was done. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. I don't ever care who Sexton gets matched up against. If he's fighting, I'm excited to see it. So yeah, let's go. I know Liam Harrison did leave his gloves in the octagon like afterwards, or the cage, whatever. And yeah, so he retired. I'm pretty sure he's
nice 38, but still up there.
Close enough, almost 40. 38.
Been finished multiple times too.
Multiple
It's like...
times. Problem. Like, what is his record?
It's always harder to see because, Topology will tell you the MMA record when he's all over the place.
All I know is that when...
Wikipedia has total of 119 kickboxing fights, 91 wins, 26 losses, 2 draws.
I was going to say, all I know when Rodtang had to pull out of his fight, this was the guy that Chatri was fucking just hyping up and saying that he was a legend, and he, and just went into, all of that spiel about how Rodtang still got to earn his legend status, you know what I mean? But I had to just throw another one. But yeah, good shit for Sexon, man. Featured bout. This one made me really sad. Ong Lao Sung. I'm always excited to see him fight.
Just another one who's getting up there in age, 39 years old now at, light heavyweight, but still.
Yeah, just a vet in one, been around for so long, and Shamil just absolutely dominated him. Ong La had nothing for him in the grappling round 1. Round 2, Shamil started putting the hands together a little bit more on him. Ong La started to, actually land a few good shots. As soon as he did, Shamil took him right down again, ground and pound, and the fight was over. Very sad to see. But it wasn't sad at all?
This was incredible to watch.
Yeah, while me and Kay were watching it, it was just so funny because I didn't realize this entire time that they booked John Lineker in a Muay Thai fight. And as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh shit, that kind of makes things interesting. And Kate's just like, does it? He's just gonna fight like how he does. I'm like, that's very true.
And by fight like he normally does, he did.
Yes.
Because all he does is right hook to the body, left hook up top.
Yeah. And then if he's getting a little extra excited, it's just right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, left. Like, that's it. And as I'm watching it, it's like, this isn't a Muay Thai fight. This is a Muay Thai fighter trying to fight John Lineker.
Yes.
Like,
it was incredible because Asatempo, he's trying to throw his kicks and his front kicks, and he's trying to do different things, and John Lineker is just run forward and it worked because every time he landed, Asa was rocked.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like it's hard to fight someone that's 8 inches shorter than you and is so willing to just run at you with some of the most ferocious strikes you've probably ever been hit with. You know what I mean?
Hands of stone for a goddamn reason. He fights at 135 and he has 18 knockout wins. And that's in MMA. This is his first, Muay Thai fight, so let's add another one. 19.
Yep. Second round right hook to get the finish.
Constant spam of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, it was great.
It really is. It really was just incredible to watch. Lineker was amazing in the UFC, and the fact that he's just been in one doing the same thing at this point for years, and it's just awesome. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. John Lineker. Great performance in Muay Thai. And then there were 2 decisions after that. Not the greatest fights. Nothing really to get too much into for that. But the 3 opening fights on the card. Kate, I know how much you were excited for all 3 of these. Why don't you start taking away? Which one do you want to go to first? Because any one of them is amazing.
I don't know. It's like, do we just keep working down or start from the bottom now? I don't care. They were all so fucking good for just different reasons.
Yes.
Just very different reasons. I guess we could just start going down because Adrian Lee was next.
Yes.
And
next prodigy of the Lee family. A prodigy he is.
Yeah. The Lee family needs way more respect in the MMA world as just legends in the sport because Angela Lee, Christian Lee, Adrian Lee, and Victoria Lee while she was around, they are all incredible fucking athletes. This is only Adrian Lee's second MMA fight now, but just watching him, you can tell that he has taken all of the good aspects of his older siblings and just molded it into a fantastic fight style for him. He is incredibly dominant. The pressure that he puts forward is crazy. It's like the second that bell goes, he is shot out of a cannon and it doesn't stop. His ground game is great. His striking is good. And he got dude out of there. He was 2-0 going into this, so just a good matchup for somebody that is 18 years old going into their second professional MMA bout, and First round, rear naked choke. It was beautiful. Just immediately got him down, had him flattened out, was landing a lot of ground and pound, just rolling with whatever, and just got the choke.
And the thing that I feel like that just extra nice to talk about this, because with a guy that he fought 2-0, like you said, he's 35 years old, so it's like, obviously he's not going to be anything in MMA, but this is a 35-year-old man to an 18-year-old kid. That's one thing. This dude was also originally a wrestler, too. And
okay, what the fuck? I don't know why it has him at... Oh, that was his amateur. Sorry. Okay, yeah. He also went 5-0 in amateur, so he has... Yeah.
Okay, so...
5-1.
Oh, yeah. But, so, you know, with that, it's like, he was a wrestler. And, like, you know, Adrian Lee got this done, you know, really quickly. It was under 3 minutes of the first round. But this guy did not, like, oh, Adrian Lee touched me, and, like, I fell over, and, oh, you're on top of me, let me cover up. This dude was fighting with everything he had, trying to get out of the positions, doing good to work his way, stay safe. There was just nothing that he could do, and eventually, in 3 minutes, it was just too much where Adrian Lee got the finish. Where it's like, so even with this one, it's like, very dominant win, but it's not like, it was just so dominant where you didn't get to see any resistance at all. You know what I mean? And with him getting through that resistance so quickly, it's just an extra, like, okay, it's like, they're not just fucking, like, yeah, just trying to build him against, like, tomato cans that are just gonna get one punch knocked out, and it's like, oh, look at how good this guy is, you know? Like,
right, but they're also doing it right and not just putting him in these high-level fights right away where it's like, bro, he needs to build up his career. Yes, he's been training his whole life in the family he's been in, but that's different than actually being in a fight. Like, you know, you gotta let him cook, but it's like, this is just great experience from him, and what we're seeing, it's like, I can only imagine what's gonna come from him in the next few years, you know?
Yeah.
The next fucking 12-plus years, like...
Yeah.
This is definitely like the type of fight where it's like, this is what I want to see out of someone who's 1-0, 18 years old. Like, just give them a couple of guys who are like a bit older, who have got some experience, either whether like he was a wrestler and all that.
I'm pretty sure
have some experience is good.
Champion.
Yeah. So like just doing things like that, just show me what you have. All right, cool. You know, that's what I like in like early career, like first 5 to 10 fights. It was I forget which, I think it was Hackelman who said you don't know who a fighter is until after their first 10 fights. So
yeah, because it takes time to fight enough opponents and like get enough level of competition where like you start to actually face some adversity, and how you how you get through it. You know, it's and it's like, with being 18 years old, 35-year-old man, like extremely physical as a fighter. It like that is, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, he's so young and like, you know, fighting someone with like fucking man strength. No, it's like, no, that like he is gonna be just as physical as all of the other in this case 170 pounders, because he's a lightweight at one. But you know, just I'm very excited to see what he's able to do. And then that post-fight speech, man.
That's what I was just gonna get into.
Overwhelmed with emotion.
Yeah, his post-fight was incredible. He said, Adrian Lee, how you feeling tonight?
Good. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're only 18. What are you gonna do with this $50,000?
Buy food, pizza, and
that's literally what it was. It was incredible.
Just so overwhelmed with emotion. It was it was great to see. I love this kid. I cannot wait to see what he does. It's like he's gonna be so good for the sport.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. And then moving on to the younger Johan of the card. He is only 17 years old. He lost his last fight by unanimous decision, but he looked really good in it. And before that, he was on a 5-fight winning streak in 4 finishes. He came out this fight just looking amazing. He was touching this dude up. He had him hurt all over the place. He dropped him and stood just right over him. The ref's like, nah, back up. Like, let's restart this. One left hook and just had him flatlined. It was done. He just looked so composed, and he's like, nah, it's not going to the scorecards this time. Like, I need to get him out of here.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm getting a finish.
Yeah, dude.
I don't care.
It's like dude did not want to be in front of him. It was like every time he was throwing like a kick or whatever, and Johan would fire back with something, just constantly falling to his feet. Like that was just seemingly like his line of defense that he was going to of like, okay, I'll just fall back and he can't hit me. Like, you know what I mean? And then it was on the buzzer, 3 minutes of the first round. Just that left hook. Just put him down. It like landed real hard, and then his fist was still kind of there, and then just like kind of pushed him extra. Dude just fell on his face, just covering up. He didn't like. Fight was over. Absolutely amazing. Over. 17 years old. Like I love that ONE gets all these like young fighters coming in, and just really getting to see them work from a young age, and hopefully they stay around long enough where just get to see them develop and watch like a full career and stuff.
Yeah, because that's like what sucks with it when it comes to the Muay Thai, because kickboxing has glory, MMA obviously has plenty of opportunity, grappling just wherever the fuck they go, even though that would still kind of suck for them because this is the one like stage where they got the multiple opportunities, defend their belt, get the bonuses, whatever, but for Muay Thai it's like, where would these fighters go? But with his win, he wants to fight Dennis the Bosnian Menace Puric. He is 39 years old, but it's like, he just had a fight with Rodtang. He lost the UD, but he gave him a tough scrap. Like, this dude is tough as hell.
Yeah, Rodtang, the Iron Man, walking through, you know what I mean? Bro, Dennis did that shit right back. The fight started, and like, he's just doing that shit. I'm like, bro, you can't do that with Rodtang. Like, you're getting knocked out. And then he just didn't get. I was like, okay, all right, like I
guess you can. I guess you can.
Put some fucking respect on it. Like,
it's like, I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game.
And bro, 17 years old. This dude is 22 years older than him. That's crazy.
I don't want that fight for him.
No,
this is another guy that it's like, keep giving him younger guys, or maybe like not the most experienced, because it's like, you gotta let him grow. He's 17.
It's like he just lost his last fight before this. You know what I mean? Like, don't put him against the guy that just fought for the title. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Who just fought fucking Rodtang? Like, no, that's not what you do.
But shit, if one ends up doing that, and if fucking Johan gets it done, then it's like, that's fuck. I don't even know.
But then that's fucked up if his next fight after that is Rodtang.
Maybe he just puts on a great fight with him. Who knows? Maybe he is just fucking gonna just be ready real quick.
Maybe he's just him, Maybe he's built different.
I know.
Yeah. But from one Johan to another.
See, this is what they can do.
Another very young Johan. 21 years old. This was a wild fight.
Oh my
while
god.
It lasted.
Bruh. What was it? 6 total knockdowns in less than
4 minutes
2.5 rounds?
Yeah, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. 3-minute rounds.
The
first round, he knocked down his opponent once. Johan got knocked down twice. He comes back in the third round and knocks down his opponent 3 times within the first 1 minute and 28 seconds and gets 3 knockdown rollies out of there. But it was wild through and through.
It was wild the whole
this
time.
Dude commits way too fucking hard. Oh
with
my
way too much
God.
space for what he's throwing. Like, he is so open. He commits, so when he lands, he's gonna stun most people and like possibly knock them down. But he's so open for that counter, which is why he got knocked down twice himself. Like, it's so crazy to watch.
Yeah, because I didn't remember him, and Cage was like, oh yeah, like, just, like, he's awesome, like, he's a whole lot of fun, like, this is gonna be great. I'm like, alright, And I'm just watching him fight through the first round, and I'm just, like, so nervous for him, because it's just like, holy shit, bro, why? Like, this is too wild. Like, like, any moment that man can get knocked out, and but he fucking pulled it through. 4 knockdowns in under 4.5 minutes. Like, it crazy. Absolutely insane. Great card from ONE Championship out of Denver. Absolutely incredible. Very excited for the Atlanta, Georgia.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But moving on from ONE Championship to UFC on Saturday, out of the Apex. Didn't have nearly as many fans there, you know what I mean? didn't have a title fight, nowhere near as much hype, but there were still so many good shit to come from this card.
Mm-hmm.
The main event.
This was sad.
Very sad. Sean Brady versus Gilbert Burns.
I think this was the first display where it's like, okay, Gilbert Burns' age has finally caught up to him.
Yes. It's one of those things where fighters can age overnight. You know what I mean? His last fight, Jack Della Maddalena, like, he got knocked out in the 3rd round in that one, you know, put him on a 2-fight losing streak, the first time ever in his career, but he didn't look bad in that fight at all.
Yeah.
And even, like, in this one, the grappling was just incredible. The back and forth exchanges that he had with Brady. But it was the unwillingness to throw at all with Brady on the feet.
Yeah.
It was, 2 years ago that this dude went toe-to-toe, punch for punch with Khamzat Chimaev in a thriller of a fight. Just absolutely incredible. And now Sean Brady is just pushing forward with, like, 1-2s and, like, you know, just shots, and you're just posting, covering up, and backing up all the way to the fence. Like,
yeah, like, bro damn near tripled significant strikes over him. Like, 47 to 130. And then total strikes overall 76 to 274 landed. Like,
it definitely is one of those times where it's like, it's just seemingly finally caught up with Gilbert.
Yeah.
So
it just sucks because I absolutely love Gilbert so much. And obviously he's been older, and like just knowing that he's not going to be like in the title picture or anything, and just knowing that like at some point soon the retirement is going to be coming, you know? But it's just like with how he looked in this fight, I just feel like he should retire now, and it's just like it's just so sad if he just goes out 3-fight losing streak like that. You know what I mean?
I thought he was going to when he took his gloves off after.
Yeah,
I thought so too. I think maybe, personally speaking, I wouldn't mind if he does go for one more fight, just because I think he deserves to be somewhere with a fucking crowd. Like, he has earned that right.
That's exactly what I said to Jimmy, is that it would have been sad if he did retire. Like, I understand it, you know? But yeah, like, he deserves that send-off. He deserves a crowd. He deserves just more to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't deserve to retire at the end of an Apex fucking event. Like,
No, yeah.
It really did just suck to see that. But for Sean Brady, he gets the unanimous decision win over Gilbert Burns. Definitely the biggest win on his resume so far.
Oh, yeah.
Improves to 17-1. Wants a top 5 opponent. If he can't get that, he thinks that Ian Gary...
No. Ian Magato Cherry.
Yes, Ian Magato Cherry. I can't believe I almost forgot about that. Incredible.
That's all I'm calling him from now on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that shit was so funny. I got no idea what the welterweight top 5 and title picture is going to be looking like, how everything's going to play out. But he has definitely earned himself a spot with all of those top guys right there. Just for sure, probably 2 wins away from a title shot for Sean Brady at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a good performance. How far do you think he could actually go? Like, if he were to get Ian Gary next, do you think he actually gets that done?
It's possible. Ian Gary has good takedown defense, and that's what's scary about that whole fight. And he's a very accurate striker.
Yeah.
That's what's really scary about it. But I feel like, to me, Sean Brady does have better takedowns than Neil Magny.
For sure.
And I don't think he's going to be as affected by the game plan of just kick his leg.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, and way more physical too. So
exactly. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, shit, Jeff Neal was able to hold Ian Gary against the cage, right? For most of that fight.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So like, it's possible that Sean could get that done, but like, it's not like a clear cut.
No, yeah.
Thing for him. I would still favor Gary in that fight.
It's because like his striking definitely looked better than ever in this fight on the feet, but it's just going hand in hand with saying that Gilbert was extremely gun shy in this fight. So how is that actually gonna translate to these up and coming guys that are your age too. You know what I mean? Like that
Also
aren't
taller and longer, because it's like Sean Brady on the shorter side, he's 5'10", but the thing is, he was fighting Gilbert, who is literally the same build, height and reach. Yeah, like they are virtually identical.
Yes.
Ian Gary, on the other hand, much taller, much longer. It's
Yep. That's where the physicality comes into play with Sean Brady.
Yeah.
So definitely have to see. He definitely deserves a big fight though, and I'm excited to see whatever happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the greatest performance on this card for sure. Co-main event. As soon as they booked this fight, I got excited because I'm like, this is gonna be a good fight. And it did play out to be a really good fight.
Yes. But
all of the reasons why I thought this was a tough matchup for Jessica Andrade, oh my goodness. Natalia Silva, man. She is a beast at 125 pounds. Probably going to be a problem for damn near every single person in this division. There might be able to be some women that get it done over her, but I don't think it's coming easy at all. Incredible takedown defense. Fucking the shots that Andrade was able to put on her at some point, she showed a really good chin. Wasn't phased at any point where, just got rattled and didn't, lost composure or anything. In their solid game plan, 15 minutes, she knew what to do, executed it perfectly. Incredible.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much to say, but it's just there's not that much to say either, she just looked really good in that fight. Her striking is great, her takedown defense is great. Like you said, I'm super excited for just the top fights that she can get into, because it's her versus Rose, her versus Manon, and then whoever
versus Alexa,
well, that's what I was just gonna say, and then whoever's champion or whatever, you know what I mean, because if she gets past them, obviously the next thing right there is title shot, but or Manon maybe is champ, I don't know. But it's a lot of fun. Natalia's a lot of fun. She's really good, and she's also only 27 years old, so it's just kind of the new life into the division where it's new generation shit. Is she going to be able to pass these people, or will they hold the reign for a little longer?
Yeah. No, exactly.
And because that's the thing with just saying that she's a good striker. It's the variables within that where it's
she's very diverse with it.
Yeah, her speed, she's the fastest striker in that division, hands down. There's no question about that. She has amazing movement. The distance management is on point. Her kicks off the lead leg are insanely fast, and she can throw them any way she wants them. Yeah, she's got so many levels to her game. And like I said, with the great takedown defense going into it, I'm pretty sure it was at 92%. And she defended every attempt from Andrade. I don't think that it was much.
Yeah, her takedown defense is 91%.
Okay, yeah. So
she got taken down one time by Viviane and one time by Teresa Blade, but won all those fights, obviously.
Yeah. Only spinning hook kick, spinning wheel kick finish in the women's divisions. She is such a problem, and I wish that Erin wasn't fighting Rose, because I really want to see her fight Rose next. That is definitely the number one fight that I am interested for in that division.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where their styles will make a great fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Erin versus Rose, I feel like Rose just has it to shut Erin down.
Yeah.
It.
No, yeah.
We could have gotten Erin into other fights, let her get more experience. She's young too, 24. Build some more confidence, whatever it may be. Just learn.
Yes.
Natalia would have been the perfect fight.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And it's for Natalia too, on your way up looking for a title shot, if you're able to get wins back to back over Jessica Andrade and Rose Namajunas,
insane.
That's
a hell of a record for you.
Yeah, I feel just those two wins alone, with how she performs as well, it's I feel like everyone's gonna want to see her in a title fight. And honestly, with the Rose fight, I can definitely, if that's a 5-round fight, which it 100% should be, I could easily see a lot of fans not enjoying that, because it might just be a really technical striking fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
a lot more point fighty.
But I don't know. It's just gonna be incredible. The level of striking between the two is just great.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, super excited to see what Natalia Silva can do in her UFC career. For Jessica Andrade, it's one of those things where it always sucks for her to lose, but she's Jessica Andrade, so it's like she loses a fight, she's gonna get booked in a few more fights that she should be able to win, might lose one or two, you know what I mean? It's like
it's fine. She lost here at 125, but she's on a 2-fight winning streak at 115, so
Let's say move down to 115, take another fight, and then move back up to 125.
I mean, like,
she does that all the time.
Being on a 2-fight winning streak in that division, she could go back down depending on who she fights, gets a win. She's in a title fight at 115. You know what I mean? Like, because at this point you only got Virna right there, so it's like, shit, she might end up in a fight with Virna. I don't know if they fought recently before. I don't think so.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
But yeah,
no, I don't think they've ever fought. They haven't.
Oh,
so
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a very solid thing to do. Let's go. Always hoping for the bounce back for Jessica Andrade. Hope she does good things. Going on down the card, featured bout. Kyle Nelson was supposed to be taking on Calvin Kattar, a real big, undeserving step up in competition. Kattar pulls out. Steve Garcia fills in.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He was getting controlled for a bit, and I was just kind of thinking, like, damn, Steve, you're going to let Kyle just control you, and you're going to lose your win streak and everything like this. Like, this is so sad. And then he reversed it. And as soon as he did, he put shots on Kyle. Yeah, man. He fought him like he was just so angry that he even got controlled for a second of that fight and just finished him just under 4 minutes of the first round. 5-fight win streak, 5 knockouts. Absolutely incredible, man.
Yeah, Steve beat him like a redheaded stepchild. Like, goddamn.
And it's funny because it's like with Steve being just big for the division, 6 foot at 145, taking it short notice. He's the one who made weight, opposed to Kyle Nelson, who missed by
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
Which is insane because he's the one who.
Was booked.
He was the one who was preparing.
Yeah, like imagine fucking such an undeserving step up against Kattar and you come in fat. Like that would, like if Kattar stayed on, oh my god, that would be crazy. I mean, the same result probably would have happened. You know what I mean? But.
And I mean, Steve won this. I got 2 fighters in the back of my head.
Let me hear them.
Which are, one, if Kattar still wants to fight soon, they're going to try and give him someone who's outside the rankings. I don't mind him versus Steve Garcia. Them running it this way, be like, well, Kyle's out. Steve, you get to fight Kattar. And if they don't want to do that, because, Kattar's going to be out for longer than we think, I don't mind him versus Barbosa. That just feels like a great fight. That feels like fun.
Okay.
Of course it's fun.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
I know. It's like, both of these fights that you said are great fights. Yes. They're going to be so much fun. I don't want to see either of these two guys fight Steve Garcia.
I understand that. There's only one other name that I'm looking at that is not booked. Well, there are 2 names that are not booked right now. And that's Bryce Mitchell and Giga. Do you really want to see him against Bryce Mitchell?
He loses to Bryce. He gets taken down and subbed. Dan Ige loses to Lerone Murphy. And then he fights Dan Ige. But no, because you don't want to stop his finish streak, you know what I mean? Maybe he's able to finish Dan Ige.
He's not.
I don't know.
No.
God fucking damn it.
I mean, Giga's at 10. That's right under Kattar.
Yeah. Do that. Do Giga. That's fine. I accept that. That'd be vicious. Someone's getting put out.
Yes.
Giga's so much more technical than Steve Garcia, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Yeah, that would definitely be great.
Oh, look, sometimes left-right hook spam is a bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, good shit for Steve Garcia. He got himself $50,000 performance bonus. Natalia
yeah.
Silva, Jessica Andrade was fight of the night as well. And then the next performance went to Cody Durden catching Tapology has anaconda choke. That was a ninja choke though. Him versus Matt Schnell. I was so sad to see Matt Schnell lose. He did put his gloves down and ended up retiring as well.
That first round.
Yeah, I didn't realize that because
Christ.
the short notice it got changed to a 135-pound contest, which was definitely the best thing possible for that. Because the way they were scrapping in the first round, if it was 125, someone was getting put to sleep. They wouldn't have had the chin to make it through that. Not even a little bit. Just, crazy first round back and forth, just swinging and banging.
Yeah, it was wild. Like, they would just go at it for a little bit, and then they're like, okay, breathe, just kind of feel each other out, and then they'd go right back at it. And it felt like at any moment, somebody was just going to hit the fucking floor. Yeah. And then it somehow made it out of that round, yeah. I had no idea how. But good for Durden.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised for him because it's like he got knocked out a month ago.
Yeah.
You know, I thought taking this short notice, getting knocked out like, a month and a couple weeks, like.
But shit.
He did it, though.
Beats number 11, gets to move up those rankings.
Yeah.
Now
even though it was like at 135 short notice.
But they were both 125ers.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely the best win on Durden's record for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely see where he's able to go. Fun fighter. It's 125. You can't really go wrong. You know what I mean? So many people are fun.
I feel like this next fight is pointless.
So,
but we can just get into the prelim.
Well, because I was gonna say, like with 125, you can never go wrong. It's always fun. You would think that's also the case for Trevor Peek. He's always fun. Always
and it's the 155 division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Yanal Ajmus managed to pull Trevor Peek into a horribly boring fight.
Yes.
Crazy. So sad to see. Yanal gets the UD decision over 3 rounds, so good for him after getting finished, but yeah, that terrible fight, honestly.
No, yeah.
That's the main card, though. We got the prelims. What do you guys want to talk about the prelims? Ginger, you can go first. What's the big thing that you got from these prelims?
Big thing I got from these prelims was, holy shit, the elbow from Chris Taco Padilla to fucking, how is it, Rungzu?
Rungzu, yeah.
Rungzu. Holy shit, lands perfectly the point of the elbow, right onto the eye socket, multiple fractures in his orbital bone, swells up damn near immediately.
Yeah, bro, that's...
Oh my fucking God.
I've never seen an eye swell like that. I've never seen an eye swell like that.
Yeah, that scared me. It was...
Yeah, that...
Terrible.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, motherfucking Taco, man. That, yeah.
Insane. And, yeah, no, because, like, Rungsu was, like, trying to point out, like, it was an eye poke, and just, Taco was just...
Yeah.
Elbow.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm sure that... with how bad that shot landed, he probably got rocked enough that he didn't know what hit him. And then with how perfect it was on the eyeball, I'm sure he probably thought he got poked in the eye. Like, yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Absolutely nasty, though. Disgusting. Good shit for Chris Taco Padilla.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Go.
I was just going to say, it was a TKO KO doctor stoppage, not but Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He could not fight after that. His eye was completely swelled shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real bad.
Okay, what you got from the prelims that you want to bring up?
Jacqueline Anarim, I think, with her armbar over Vanessa Demopoulos.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been really solid since she's gotten to the UFC. She has 1 loss to Sam Hughes. Since then, she's been on a 3-fight winning streak, all finishes.
Yep.
This one, a little controversial, though, because Vanessa immediately, while it was going on, just protesting that Jacqueline's, like, hands were in her gloves and that she was pulling on her gloves. I don't know. Well, like, watching the replays and stuff, I don't know how I feel about it because her hand was in a weird position. Like, she definitely had fingers in the gloves, but like you could see her trying to reposition. You could see like the thumb wrapped around like she was trying to grab her hand, and like maybe it was sliding in, but then at one point they were definitely in, and it's like, but still, good for her. She's been fun since she's been here.
Yeah, and just funny too that these new gloves also just supposed to help prevent that from being able to reach and grab it at all. But hey, very nice.
It's one of those things like though, like if you're bending your wrist, in any which way, the glove's gonna flare out. Like it just does not matter what the hell you do with them. You're gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, that was definitely very good. Gabriel Santos, he got his first UFC win, but he looked absolutely incredible against Yiza. Very, very good all around. Got a unanimous decision win. Good for him. Let's see where he's able to go at 145 pounds. It's a rough division, so it's one of those things where you see someone, they have a fun fight, they look pretty good, but they start getting up in competition more, you know what I mean? Like I said, he first UFC win, already has 2 losses, so we'll see how that goes for him. But definitely a fun fight.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Those are all of the UFC fights to talk about, really. Tapology, I don't have it up in front of me. Kate, I'm pretty sure you won, right?
Yes.
Ginger, you came in second.
Yep.
I came in last. Oh, so sad. Terrible. But it's okay. Definitely wasn't the greatest night. Wasn't having the best picks overall. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
Should have believed in everyone.
Yeah, I did believe in everyone that someone's gonna win and someone's gonna lose. Just didn't quite pick them right. Well, let's go.
It was a close week though.
Was it?
505 for Katie, 455 for me, and then 415 for you.
Okay, yeah.
So we were all within 80? Yeah, 90. So
very nice. Yeah, not too bad. That's an Apex card for you. Let's see how it goes on the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? 10 fights on the pay-per-view. That's gonna be a rough one. It's either
that's gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, it's either because there's 10 fights, we're all gonna have everything the same, and so it's gonna come down to 1 or 2 rounds or a KO or sub that decides it, or it's gonna be a bit different, and then everything's just gonna be very meaningful.
Right.
Let's go. We did have Bellator Championship Series. This was not that great of a card overall.
Yeah.
No.
At least the main card. That's all where I really started paying attention. But Usman Nurmagomedov taking on Alexander Shabliy, defending his title at 155 pounds. This fight absolutely sucked. Usman gets the unanimous decision win, remains undefeated, keeps the title. I really don't have much to say.
It's I know he's only 26 years old, but if his plan is that whenever his contract is up, to go into the UFC and claim that title, unless he really gains some more skills and aggression, he's not getting it.
Yeah.
No.
He's not going to be able to hang in the 155 division in the UFC.
It's who knows if it's just was worried about overextending with the grappling against Shabliy or anything, or possibly doing too much grappling with him and getting tired or anything, you know what I mean? But because he has shown against different fighters that he is a very dynamic striker and does do a lot more.
Yeah, no. The fucking switch kick against fucking not switch kick.
Yeah, question mark.
The fucking question mark kick against fucking Benson Henderson. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, but it's just if you're gonna go to the UFC, obviously, not everyone is going to be a great grappling threat like Shabliy, but it's still a different level. So definitely going to have to put. I feel the aggression is really the biggest thing. Is that he's got to.
That's basically he needs more aggression and more just output in general. It doesn't even need to be aggressive. It's just at least try to do something to get them to come forward and be the aggressor and counter off of it.
Yeah. But speaking of aggression, though, you never got to worry about that in a motherfucking Lorenz Larkin fight, because he's always looking for that knockout. He was fighting Levon Chokeli. I'm not sure. Either way, it was a number 1 contenders fight at welterweight, which it's
because it was.
Yeah, because it was. It's Lorenz Larkin, so I get that. I don't know the other guy, but it's like I just in my heart can't feel that a number 1 contenders fight means anything at all if you don't have rankings for these fighters.
I know, it makes it hard.
I don't care who the fighters are or whatever. Slap some numbers next to their name and it at least gives me an idea of where they're at in the division and what this can actually... You know what I mean? It's like, I don't fucking know who's in this division. Who?
Who?
I know 2 fighters other than these 2 in this division.
I mean, so like
Jason Jackson and Yaroslav Amosov. Don't even know their champion's name. Ramazan Karamagomedov.
There you go.
All right. Well, the Levon guy, his last loss was to Goichi Yamauchi 2 years ago. Since then, he's been on a 3-fight winning streak. Yeah, and then with Lorenz Larkin, he's
awesome.
It's like, he lost in the Bellator versus Ryzen, so against Andrei Kreshkov, so I don't know what that would do with Bellator at all. And then he fought in PFL and won, and now he's here, but in Bellator
Kreshkov's
overall...
just a Bellator fighter too, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what had happened with that, so yeah.
Gotcha,
He lost then, but then it's like before that, his last loss was 2017, just on a really good streak, so I guess these guys deserve to be there.
Yeah, it's... Exactly. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean?
I know.
But yeah, good shit for Lorenz Larkin. Just always happy to see him win, and definitely gonna be rough fighting for the title next. But we can get through that grappling and just put some fucking hands and elbows on him. I would love to see him walk away with that belt.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, Kreshkov. I forgot. Vera Kreshkov was one of the original Bellator guys.
Yep.
Because he went through undefeated. He was undefeated until he fought Ben Askren.
Yeah.
At Bellator 97.
Let's go.
Lost via TKO.
Yeah. Ben was the man. But yeah, so that was good. Douglas Lima was also on the card. Lost a unanimous decision to grappling.
Yeah.
No surprise in that, especially at this point in his career. So that was just kind of sad to see. But other than that, also Yancy Medeiros was on this card. He also lost a unanimous decision. That was sad. Wasn't the most surprising either, but it's one of those things. Well, let's go Bellator, right? PFL hooray! What, 2 more events? Well, no, because I don't even know how many Bellator events they got left in the year. Maybe like 3, and then you got the PFL championships and the pay-per-view. So probably about 5 more events for the rest of the year from PFL in total. Let's go see how they all play out. Other than that, we got some fight news that we can run through pretty quick, because we haven't done it in a while. But 205 pounds, Dustin Jacoby taking on Vitor Petrino, UFC Tampa, December 14th. Why is that so far booked out? That's a good fight. That's going to be fucking...
That's far booked
someone's getting
out.
knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is... I don't even know. Like, Jacoby's a good kickboxer. He just got knocked out by Dom.
Petrino has good striking.
He's got subbed by Smith.
Yeah, he fucked up in that one.
Yeah, he did.
So I think that this is a good bounce back fight. I don't think Dustin's even ranked anymore.
No.
But it's like he's just right outside the rankings, It's like he gets a win over here. Okay, give him another shot at the top 15. Because it's one of those things. Like, yeah, he got subbed by Anthony Smith and it was terrible. But that was just based on real bad fight IQ. He just fucked up. Like, I hope he learned from that.
Yeah, that was...
27 years old, I'm sure he did.
Was hilariously bad.
Yeah, that's what took his O, so there's no way he's not going to learn.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But yeah, that should definitely be a fun one, though. Another fun fight, Amanda Hebos versus Mackenzie Dern at 115 pounds.
Yes.
That should be a whole lot of fun for sure. Let's go.
Yep.
Same card, and also on the same card, Tracy Cortez taking on Miranda Maverick. That should be a pretty solid scrap, too. Tracy coming off that loss, short notice to Rose, but...
Yeah, this is the rebooking of that.
But yeah, let's go. Should be a fun fight. November 2nd. Oh, Canada, right? My birthday.
Oh, Canada.
We had some fight announcements. We got Derek Lewis and Alexander Romanov. And then, as much as I complained about it in my apartment to no one but you guys, the UFC heard me and did the right thing. They said, actually, we don't want that fight at all. Let's do Derek Lewis versus Denise, and then Romanov versus Rodrigo Nascimento. So much better booking. Very okay with that. Hopefully Lewis gets an easy knockout. Romanov, Nascimento, someone's getting bounced out the ranking, so that should be good, I hope.
It's just funny because it's like, Jonathan Denise 2-0 in the UFC, got the knockout over Austin Lane in decision to Carl Williams. Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Insane jump.
I love it. That's the Derek Lewis career path. You know?
I think the only other person who had a more insane jump is Shamil going from UFC debut to UFC main event.
But no, just because it's like that's what Derek Lewis does. He just fights everyone all over the place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so it makes a bit more sense. But it's like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Calculated guy in the 5-round, like for against Jairzinho for Shamil. That's way crazier. You know?
No, it is. Like that's the craziest jump I've seen. Like especially at the heavyweight division. Just like, all right, you just beat someone who's like not really that good. All right, here's Jairzinho in a 5-round main event.
Yeah.
Why?
So yeah, we'll see how those heavyweight fights go. Aaron versus Rose was gonna be the main event, but new main event, motherfucking Brandon Moreno, the Assassin Baby, looking to come back. He said he wanted to take some time off. Don't even worry about me, all that. That was February of this year. He's coming back November. So a pretty just normal like time off, and so many fighters that want to fight can't even get fights this quickly, and so it's just
so funny.
Yeah. But he's taken on Amir Albazi, the fight that was supposed to happen earlier this year. But yeah, let's go. That's a very solid fight, very meaningful fight at flyweight.
Hell yeah.
So going to flyweight, just thinking about how the way this has been booked and how they're trying to get Kai Asakura, a top 5 opponent.
Yep.
They're all booked. Except for Kai Car France, who just fought.
Yeah,
Is he fighting Pantoja?
Me and Jimmy were talking about this, and it's like, I have no idea where they're going to go, because I don't know if they're just going to immediately throw him into the title shot. But I don't know if they're going to go Kai versus Kai.
Yeah, it's like unless Pantoja wants to just chill for a bit, and then he just fights on like whatever Brazil card next year, and then you let the top 5 kind of play itself out, and whoever's actually deserving. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely a possibility.
Insane.
No, yeah.
You know?
But yeah, got no idea how the 125-pound division's going and who's getting the next title shot. It's going to really be based on Pantoja and when he wants to fight, and then when the UFC wants him to fight as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Last little fight to bring up for that card. Pedro Munoz, he is back, and he's taking on Ayman Zahabi, right? Let's go. Another vet taking on an up-and-comer in Ayman, but he's also older than I thought. 36 years old, I'm pretty sure you said, right?
Ayman?
Yeah, which I did not expect that at all. Right. But should be a pretty good fight. Well, I mean, it's probably not going to be the most thrilling, but it's going to be technical and solid, you know?
Yeah. Well, it'll be a solid fight.
Yeah. UFC Paris, we got Ludovic Klein was supposed to take on Nicholas Mota, which
that would have been so
bro, as soon as you fucking told me that, I there was like no change in my face of like happiness. I'm just like, why are we doing this to Mota? Like that's just literally fucked up. Like, come on. Mota pulled out, in comes Roosevelt Roberts. Roosevelt's still gonna get fucked up by Ludovic Klein.
My god.
But it's a way better fight than fucking Nicholas Mota, in my opinion. So
yeah, because it's like Ludovic is such a better technical striker. He has only been finished 3 times, 2 of those being subs, as to where Mota's just kill or be killed. Yeah. He's been knocked out 4 times. He's been subbed only 1 time. It's like he's 2-2 in the UFC, 1 no contest. It's
not good.
He didn't need to fight Ludovic Klein.
Not at all.
He's a fun fighter, and that would have been a fun fight, but it would have been devastating for him.
Yeah, first round knockout win for Ludovic in that one, if it, you know. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with Roberts. UFC 309 MSG, we got a few more fights for that one. Karine Silva taking on Viviane Araujo. Great step up for her. Definitely excited to see that one.
Yes.
Following the path of Natalia Silva. Perfect, you know? She gonna beat Viviane. Yep. Jessica Andrade gonna do her thing at 115, and then she gonna come back up to fight Karine, right? Let's go.
Why not?
That would be rough. Andrade's probably get subbed in that one. But yeah, it's a fun fight though. 125 is amazing. My boy, oh my boy, I've been wondering where he's at. The UFC finally got him booked. Nikita Krylov. But he's taking on motherfucking undefeated Azamat Murzakanov, and I'm just like, God fucking damn it, why? That's easily a fight he could just go and get knocked out in. Shucks, you know?
It had to happen. You have to take the L on your draft, Holmes.
Yeah, I would have rather him just not fight, you know? Would have been better for my average. But yeah.
I was about to say, what do you mean? It's just a wash at that point. Like, either way, it's the same thing.
Hopefully he can get it done. Kill or be killed, Nikita Krylov. Let's go.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, for your draft, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I have them both on my draft. Whatever.
But like I was just saying, like in general, like for Nikita, what does this do for him? Get him to fight number 10 when he's number like 5 right now?
Nah, yeah.
Or 6.
It's a fun fight though.
He's number 7.
Is he really that low? I feel like he should.
Yeah,
just
for
been
no
slowly
reason.
dropping.
Yeah, I was gonna say for no reason they dropped him under Vulcan.
Very nice.
Okay, so he was 6. I wasn't crazy.
Yeah, let's go. Last fight to talk about for that card. Jonathan Martinez got himself a fight, looking to bounce back after his loss to Jose Aldo, taking on Marcus McGee. It's just like
fun fight.
Yeah, Martinez, the thing that I feel like he's going to struggle with in this division is his physicality and his lack of a killer instinct. You get all of that from Marcus McGee. So
he's never been to a decision.
Yeah, Martinez way more technical, but I have no idea how that fight is going to play out. Let's go.
Oh, man. I'm going to...
Yeah.
I don't know who I want to win in... I don't know who I want to win in that fight.
Oh, Jonathan Martinez?
Yeah, I want Jonathan Martinez to win that, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but I like
sure.
McGee.
I know you do. I know. But I'm Martinez all day. The Dragon, let's
go.
Know.
Yeah.
And then the last thing to get into, I'm not really sure how much we've brought up or talked about UFC 308 and where everything is looking like for that. But we could just get into all the fights real quick and just talk about how incredibly stacked that's going to be. October 26th, Abu Dhabi, UFC 308, main event, Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway, featherweight champ taking on BMF champ. Probably the greatest fight in the UFC you could do right now. Incredible. Co-main event, Robert Whittaker taking on Khamzat Chimaev. Pretty sure that's supposed to be a 5-round fight.
But I've been seeing stuff that circulating that apparently it's not going to be the co-main event anymore because Khamzat doesn't want to do a 5-round. So I don't remember where I saw it from. Yeah. Don't know how.
Yeah, I wonder why he doesn't want to do 5
reliable
rounds.
It is, but
yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But if that's co-main 5 rounds, that's the perfect test Khamzat needs for the top of this division. Bobby Knuckles. Yeah. Heavyweight fight, Cyril Gane taking on Alexander Volkov in the rematch. Cyril Gane needs to fight a top guy, which is great for Volkov to try and get that win back. But it's just annoying that they're giving him a favorable matchup to get back into the title picture, so it just kind of bothers me. Even though I love Cyril Gane and I love to see him fight, he's just gotta prove himself.
It's gonna end up being these two are gonna fight. John and Stipe are gonna fight. Whoever wins that potentially retires, and then it's gonna be Tom versus Cyril for the undisputed.
Yep, more than likely. Light heavyweight fight, big meaningful fight between two top 5 competitors, Magomed Ankalaev, ranked number 2, I believe, at this point, taking on Alexander Rakic, and with him being number 2, has never beat anyone in the top 5, fought a top 5 opponent, Jan Blachowicz, I guess, would have been that one fight in the top 5, but it went to a draw, so still no wins in the top 5. Finally getting that to really legitimize his spot for the title. But if you ask Dana White, the reason why he's not getting a title shot is because he already had this fight lined up. So, that's why.
That's so true.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. It is a great fight, though, and I do think it is good for Ankalaev, but let's go. See how that plays out.
To be fair, I feel like if they had just switched the opponents full around, and it had been Magomed versus Pereira, and then Roundtree versus Rakic. That
Not
just
as
makes
much
all the
fun.
sense.
Not as
I know,
much
but it makes
fun.
all the sense in the fucking world.
It does, for sure.
But why would you want it to make sense?
Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Next fight, Lerone Murphy. He's getting a big fight against Dan Ige. That's gonna be extremely tough for him.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a whole lot of fun though. I feel like Murphy could probably edge out a decision there,
Probably.
but yeah,
it's
definitely
possible.
gonna be good. RDA, he's been begging and begging to get dropped out of the 155 pound rankings, winning fights at 170 pounds. That doesn't mean you got to give him a top 10 guy in Jeff Neal at 170 pounds. It's like you can find a good middle ground. But yeah, that's the fight that we got. Definitely a really tough fight for RDA, especially at this point in his career. He's never had like the greatest chin. He's, you can get him out of there. And yeah, definitely rough for him at this point. But I feel like he can get it done with grappling. So we'll see how that plays out. Marcus Rogerio de Lima, Kennedy, and Jetsuku. Don't know why Kennedy's up at heavyweight. Probably gonna get fucked up, but should be a fun fight.
Yeah, that doesn't fix the problems he has. Moving from 160, moving from 205 to 265. But
yeah, not at all. Boost Magomedov, not Nurmagomedov, sorry. Magomedov taking on Bruno Ferreira. Holy fuck, Bruno's knocking him out. That's good.
First round.
I mean, Abus is wild first round and has tough, so he can possibly catch Bruno with something and put him out in the first round. Like, I'll give him that, but first round knockout Bruno.
Oh, okay.
First round knockout.
But here's the thing. He's wild in the first round, and he could catch Bruno with something, but he's wild, and Bruno can definitely catch him with something at that point.
100%. 100%.
Like, bro, imagine, like, a boost just coming in, and then he just hits the spinning elbow he hit against fucking Stoltzfus.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
Also, is he fighting two Germans in a row? Because on Tapology, he's like, it shows the German flag.
Oh, yeah, that's where he fights out of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's hilarious.
Should be an incredible knockout either way, however that fight goes. Renat Fakhretdinov taking on Nursultan. Nursultan staying at 170 pounds. Got out grappled by Joaquin Buckley. Not sure why he's taking a fight against Renat. Gonna be rough as hell for him.
Yes.
But Renat loves to almost shit the bed incredibly in these fights, so Nursultan can catch him with something big and get him out of there. Great fight, great fight. Shara Bullet taking on Armin Petrosian, just another great striking fight at 185 pounds. And then the last real fight to bring up, 155 pounds. This is going to be absolutely wild. Mateusz Rebecki, first loss in the UFC in his last one against Carlos Diego Ferreira, taking on Mekdebek Otabay. This is going to be wild. Mekdebek for the finish, probably.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, but just incredible card. I really feel like UFC felt so bad to Abu Dhabi that they couldn't give them Islam that they just are stacking the shit out of this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, great fight card. Great fights all around. Let's fucking go. That is everything to talk about for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. We will catch you on the preview to UFC 306 this year. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.